Hey everybody. So I'm making this video in this channel because I'm going to start back doing my training for fencing, and I want to introduce myself to HEMA. Um, Sadly, where I live, it's a rural region, and the closest school is like 4 hours from where I am. So I decided to start back again and maybe open a school if possible. But the thing is this: I just got like 3 years of training between 2001 and 2004. And I started out as a teen, and I stopped when I received my letter for the 2004 Olympics. I didn't have the money to pay the gears, and yeah, family situation. So 20 years later, now I have daughters, and I decided that it'd be a good call to introduce them to fencing. And since I wanted a little bit more, and I keep saying a bit more of HEMA here and there on the internet, um, I decided, why not try it out? Why not start training for HEMA? And who knows, maybe open a school if I get there. It's a big dream. Doesn't mean I'll be able to achieve it, but at the same time, at a minimum, if I can train back the fencing, get back to basic, at least train my girls properly and maybe introduce them with HEMA with me. And if it works and I'm doing well, maybe I could open a school and offer that to the people of my region, which I think is a sport that's been sit on for a real long time. And like, for example, like in 2001 to 2004, I was looking for a sponsor, right? And here in Canada, well, fencing or sword fighting, it's not something that is that common. And most people would sponsor hockey players and stuff like that. It's not that I didn't like hockey; I liked it, but it wasn't my jam compared to swordplay because swords are cool. So yeah, so since now I got the money to do it, I decided why not start it up. So what I did, I ordered for my oldest daughter a kit of fencing, of Olympic fencing, from IMEX, I believe, in Quebec, and I ordered the whole kit for her. And what I'm doing on the side, I'm gearing myself from the get-go to start practicing HEMA. So I reached out to HEMA Canada and I ordered like the jacket, the helmet, and the longsword because I believe the longsword and saber is going to be my main focus for training. But we'll start with the foil, the basic foil with the French grip. So at least my daughter start with the proper grip if we move to HEMA instead of the pistol. And at the same time for me, like reinforce my hands to handle a two-hand weapon. We'll see how it goes. I'm actually making this video because I'm waiting for the delivery of the gear. So yeah, I hope we get it soon. And honestly, if anybody sees this, well, if you have any information, anything to offer me, that'd be really great. That's one thing that fencing taught me. Its ego doesn't have a place when learning the sword fight. Because in reality, if you fail at something, you're dead. Simple as that. You need to enjoy the fact you're not dying when you fail. So what I did, I ordered the manuscript. It's The Flower of Battle by M.S. Ludwig. So that's going to be the first script. So once I got my two hand, I'll start training by myself. So while we wait for that manuscript, we will start back doing the fencing. Just proper positioning, leg work, etc. And see from there what I can do. There is a website that the owner of HEMA Canada told me. It's a Wick Tower, I believe is the name, or I may not pronounce it well. It's a website with all the information, so I have to start reading on it. But yeah, it's a start. I have to start somewhere. And now I'm kind of looking where in the house I can practice this in the winter. I reached out to the municipality of the adjacent city. My town was absorbed by the adjacent city. And what happened, the municipal building, which was like an old bank, got a complete open floor. And it's just empty and sitting there. So I'll see if I can rent it out maybe once a week or once per 2 weeks. Yeah, I hear my daughter in the background. And I'll see if I can rent it. That's gonna give us proper place. Like my ceiling is pretty high, but it's still, I need a proper place where it doesn't really matter if we swing too wide. So yeah, so I believe the first step will be do back the basic training. That means practicing the movement, the leg movement, the placement, and basic strikes. So that means like the quadrant, hit 1, 2, 3, 4. Practice with the foil with that. We may do that for a couple of weeks and months, and from there slowly we'll move maybe to a saber, and from the saber we will start a proper HEMA with a more modern saber and more modern, well, not modern two-hand sword, but a normal longsword, or at least a trainee longsword. And we'll see from there, I believe. Beside that, I'm pretty sure what's going to happen for the first few days, since my daughter may not completely understand from the start. I may let her kind of swing wide and large with the foil. It doesn't really matter. I took the cheapest foil that I could find that was metal based, but with a good flexibility. And every time she'll swing wide, I'll just poke her with the foil to teach her that straight strike are a bit better until she can actually understand all the training purposes of each step. And from there, we'll see what happens. And I believe that's going to be the introduction of this fencing and HEMA journey that I believe and I hope to keep doing for the next couple of years. I didn't do any sport for a really long time because of university and work. And right now I'm in a position where in my life I can actually stop and do what I actually love. Like I say, it's been over 22 years now that I didn't touch a sword. So yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be a nice reintroduction to fencing, and believe starting with foil is a good base for me and my daughter at the same time. And from there, yeah, we'll see what happens. So if you have any suggestion, honestly, manuscript website, there's a few YouTuber that I started looking for. There's what's their name? Cell Sword Arts. I saw a few of their videos. They got a few really interesting videos. There's I hope I pronounce it right. Skilleridge. I can't remember exactly his name, and I believe he's based in Nova Scotia, in Canada. So I started looking at what he talks about and the movement and the pommel strike and whatnot. So it's a bit more advanced of where I am right now, but it's good to introduce myself back to the terms and whatnot. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope this works. And we'll see where we go from here. All right, see you guys.